What up, y'all? It's your boy Ben here, and I'm excited to dive into today's video as we're going to be looking at 5 different future combos that the game may have or may never have, but it's definitely a lot of fun to just think about. So we are in the early stages of Pokemon Pocket, where it's only featuring Gen 1, sprinkled in a couple of other generations, and there are generations yet to exist. But if you take things like Surging Sparks, which is like the newest TCG expansion set out for the Pokemon card game, there's a bunch of mods that are in there, right? So it's like, why can't we do the same for Pocket? So this video is going to take a look at like 5 combos that pairs really well to maximize strategy, think about their synergies as well too. So like, if you're a fan of like the real life TCG, if you're a fan of Pocket, if you're a fan of Pokemon in general, then you're definitely in for a treat. Before we get started, only about 2% of you who are watching are subscribed. So the only thing that I say is that we're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell button so that way you do not miss out on this daily content. All right, y'all, with that out of the way, let's get right back into it. So we're gonna be discussing the cards, but I want you to take a journey with me, right? Obviously, some of these cards are set for just Pokemon Pocket, while some of these cards are just set for the Surging Sparks, the TCG game, right? And so as we think about this, I'm probably gonna think about it in the realm of like, how do these cards fit into Pokemon Pocket? And so some cards may have like different energies, and like we're pretending like the different energies are like 2 of the same typing, like 2 fires, you know, or maybe it's a cool mix. But we'll play around with it, we'll theorycraft it. Stick with me, let me know in the comments if you're like, nah, that's crazy, it should be like this. But the way that the HP values are, the moves are, and things like that, we are not at that grand scale yet. So I just want to put that notifier out there. And so let's just get into our first pair, which is Moltres EX, y'all. So just like the thumbnail, we see Moltres EX is right there, y'all. It is a fire type basic Pokemon with 140 HP. Its main attack is Heat Blast, which deals 70 damage for 3, but really its sweet spot is Inferno Dance, which helps accelerate fire energy to your bench. Now it is a coin toss for however many heads out of 3 that you get. That's how many energy you get to put on your fire type that's on the bench. However, you roll high, that's 3 energies. You roll even 1, that's still an extra energy that you didn't have. So this mon is like crucial to some of the high powered fire type decks that are out there. Now here's a mon from the Surging Sparks expansion that will do so well with a card like Moltres EX, which is Ceruledge EX. If I pronounced that right, awesome. If I didn't, just let me know in the comments. But this evolves from Trout Cadet. It features a texturalized form, marking by its unique Terra Pokemon EX rule. This card has 2 powerful moves, and so we're just gonna discuss it like how it is as like in the TCG, and then like kind of see how it fits in the Pokemon Pocket. But the 2 moves that it has here is 1, Abyssal Flames for 30 damage, but it does 20 more damage for each energy card in your discard pile. And then we have Raging Amethyst, 280 damage, which is a high damaging move for 3 energies, but you have to discard all of the energy from Ceruledge EX. This is insane, y'all. So let's talk about this in the Pokemon Pocket context, right? That first move, where it's like does 20 more damage for each energy card in your discard pile, we'll say for each energy attached to this mon, right? So the more that you have, the more that you do. Crazy. So it's similar, it feels like Lapras in that sense. Once you hit 6, you get more damage. Blastoise EX, once you hit 6, you get more damage. But this is saying for every energy that I get to do more damage, not hit a single number. That's insane. A high roll of 3 already puts this at 90 damage, and like that could be on your first turn because Moltres EX only needs 1 energy to do that. And then you have this big powerful move. Let's just say Charizard's Crimson Storm 200, that's like our highest limit. That could hit this. It's 280. So like we downscale it. I mean, like, what? So this right here, I think is such a sweet card because of just how it's stacked up. It needs energies, it's losing energy. Once you do that, you can EX speed out of it, put your Moltres back up, ramp up again, and send it right back out to attack. So if like, I like think like you would just have these 2, they pair off really well, and really use Moltres as the ramp, and you just use Ceruledge to really just kind of deal all the damage that you need to take, and it can, and as you can see, it can deal a lot. So up next is a card that really doesn't need any introduction because we've all seen it time and time and time again, but it is Mewtwo EX, another basic psychic type Pokemon with 150 HP. It has 2 energy attack for 50 for psychic spear and 4 energy attack for 150 damage, but you have to discard 2 psychic energy from this Pokemon. We've seen this Pokemon paired with Gardevoir, which allows and using Gardevoir as a way to ramp up, and it just feels tough. It feels tough to deal with it. But can I tell you that there is another mon from Surging Sparks that makes Mewtwo EX feel even more broken? That's right, it is Latias EX. So Latias EX is another powerful basic mon with 210 HP. It comes with a Skyliner ability, and this is the busted part, y'all. It removes the retreat cost for all of your basic Pokemon in play. So this right here is offering us great strategic value by allowing smoother switching between Pokemon. Now, Latias EX also has the Eon Blade attack, which deals like 200 damage, but during the next turn, the Pokemon can't attack. So it is like, here's big damage, it does more damage than Mewtwo EX, but since it can't attack, you want to like think about like when are you going to like actually dish this out. Now, this ability is amazing. The Skyliner ability is amazing because it's facilitating retreating, right? Like, you have, think about your promo Mewtwo's, your baby Mewtwo's, you think about your Kangaskhan, you think about all of these huge tanks of mons that we have, and they're now essentially just giving you time to build up for your Mewtwo EX or even Latias EX to get the energy. You can play things like Snorlax and not have a problem. You can play things like Chansey and not have a problem. You can play things like baby Mewtwo, for example, no problem, because it is just free X speeds the entire time. And like, maybe like this ability could read your basic psychic Pokemon in play, have no retreat cost. Your non-EX Pokemon, like non-EX psychic Pokemon, have no retreat costs, and like maybe that way that will tame it down just a little bit, but like having no retreat costs is just such an energy cheat in this game, and so it just allows you to pull out and do that. And think about this, Mewtwo EX finally gets powered up, you throw it out there, it loses its 2 energy, and then it gets to retreat without losing any of the other 2 energy that's on set, and then it gets to build up, and then in 3 turns you're getting attacked again. That seems pretty good to me. Alright, we've gone through 2 Pokemon, but I guarantee you that these next one that's coming up will blow your mind into being like, huh, didn't think about that. So the one that I want to bring up here is Persian. Now, Persian is an interesting Pokemon because Meowth allows you to draw a card once you hit it, so people typically like that, but they don't like using Persians in their builds. So I was trying to think of a way that like, how can we make Persian feel good? Because for 2 energy, for 40 damage, if you flip a coin, if heads, it discards a random card from your opponent's hand. And when you're discarding a card from your opponent's hand, this falls into this kind of like mill strategy. You're removing cards from the hand. Now, what can we do to also disrupt? And here comes Hydreigon EX. And so Hydreigon EX is a powerful mon, right? So it has 330 HP, it has 2 powerful moves, and so one of which is Crashing Headbutt for 2 energy here. Discard the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, and then Obsidian for 4 energy. This attack also does 130 to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So if we're thinking in range of like how this could like fit into the Pokemon Pocket world, obviously immediately discarding the top cards of your opponent's deck, it may be like discard top just like 1 card. It may be like flip a coin, if heads discard 2 cards, and even then, like, it's a 20 card deck, and if you are ruining the person's hand with Persian's move, then you're disrupting their top cards. You could like hit them with red card, put it all back in there, get this out, discard a hand, switch out with Persian, go back to Hydreigon, and then do that. It's just like ways to just make sure that they just don't draw, and like even though you don't lose, but not having the ability to play cards will disrupt it. We play with just such little Pokemon already. There's so many basics, but like getting rid of 2 Charmeleons and that Charizard sitting there is done. It's just done. I think that the Obsidian move It's pretty strong, but I definitely love the idea of like how the crashing headbutt could enable this like mill archetype. Now, I don't know if I will deal with a mill archetype in the game, but it's cool to see that there are other Pokemon that can enable what Persian is trying to do. Now, that's not all that we've cooked up, because for this fourth Pokemon, if this card from Surging Strikes was in the game, it would be an auto include for every single time that you run this deck. And so let's dive into Dragonite. Dragonite is probably one of the strongest stage 2 non-EXs Pokemon that we have out there. And for 4 energy, but you need a water energy and an electric energy, one of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at 4 random times. For each time a Pokemon is chosen, you do 50 damage to it. Now, sometimes that may mean one Pokemon can get dealt 200 damage, or, you know, split across, but this is effective. It hurts a lot, and it has such high HP that it can live a hit or two. So if you're able to get off like 2 Draco Meteors, even 3, there's like really no way that you don't win. Now, the only problem here with this card though is our energy management. Sometimes you just get 6 waters in a row, and that's just how Pokemon Pocket works. It's a dragon type, so like even using something like Misty doesn't apply here, where like Misty will flip heads, and every head you get water energy, but that only applies to water Pokemon. So how do we solve this problem? We use Terrapagos, and we really just focus in on this attack called Prism Charge. So it has 120 HP, and yes, it can deal 100 damage for 3 energies with Hard Tackle, but we do not care about that at all. What we are looking to do is to set up Prism Charge, which in the TCG searches your deck for up to 3 basic energies of different types, y'all, and attach them to your Terra Pokemon in any way you like, then shuffle your deck. So what do we do with Terrapagos in Pokemon Pocket? Attach 2 energies of different types and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. That's it. I don't even need the third one. Like, if I can get Terrapagos out, hit Prism Charge, and that's just 2. So like, maybe it's not a Stalimon, right? 120 HP is a lot. Maybe you need 2 or 3 energies in order to be able to give up energies, and maybe that is the way to like make it fair in this kind of thing. But with this idea of having random choices, being able to pick seems super powerful, so that may not make it into the game. But even if it can say add 2 random energies onto your Pokemon, maybe that will play out, because you're still ramping up here with Terrapagos. You're still being able to get your Dragonite up earlier, and maybe because you're running water and electric, you can get double electric or double water sometimes, but could be some odds that it's like water or an electric. But either way, I don't know how it could work out, but all I know is that this card, Prism Charge, feels really, really strong with Dragon. And our last combo here is so deserving, because I think that this like typing of a Mon in Pokemon Pocket just needs so much love, because there are so many people trying to make this work out, and I think I found the perfect Pokemon card to do so. Introducing Melmetal. With its ability Hard Coat, this Pokemon takes minus 20 damage from attacks, has a high HP of 130, but you need 3 steel energies and a colorless energy to be able to start doing damage, which is 120. Part of the thing that's hard about this is that there are no ramp, there's no nothing. You really kind of have to just build it up, or you use Meltan with the mass attack that allows you to ramp up the energy that way, but it only has 60 HP, so you want to make sure that you're not dying, right? Like, you want to be able to retreat and still have some energies left over, so that way it takes less time for you to do that. Here comes the perfect card in Archaludon EX. So this right here, it evolves from Duraludon, has a huge HP stat, which is 30, and yes, it needs 3 steel attacks to be able to do this attack for 220, which is Metal Defender. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon has no weakness. I think that's cracked in a move of itself. Folks who love the TCG, let me know how you feel about that. But I think what we're really looking at here is the ability Assemble Alloy. If you haven't noticed, synergies that work really well in this game, aka aka Moltres, aka Mewtwo and Gardevoir, is this ability to ramp, and Archaludon is that for Melmetal, but they do it in a different way. So when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, during your turn you may attach up to 2 basic Steel Energy cards from your discard pile to your Steel Pokemon any way you like. And so I read this in Pocket terms is when you evolve Duraludon to Archaludon, you may attach up to 2 Steel, and you may attach 2 energies from your energy zone onto your Steel type. That's great. Melmetal needs 4 to attack. Even if it just said 1, you can evolve twice, right? Like, and that is just 2 energy right there. And so having your melt hands already out, you can attach, you evolve twice, that's 2 energies there. You're not necessarily having to evolve into your active spot. If you attach 2 of them, that just means you evolve twice and your Melmetal is now online without you even having to attach it. And because it's an ability, it doesn't need energy to activate it. It's just a thing it does. So I love Melmetal, but it is slow, it is tough. Your people are trying to find different ways to sustain, but like, what if we just got it to go faster? Would that be too busted? I mean, taking less than 20 damage in the world of like Pocket, of like how the damage is already like low skilled enough, like maybe it would be a little too busted, but I like it. I like it a lot. So thank you for joining us today as we explore the exciting synergies between Pokemon cards from the Surging Sparks expansion and Pokemon Pocket. Like, we looked at a range of powerful combos that probably won't make it into the game, but one could wish, and if they do, it'd be so much fun, because if everything is broken, then it's just a good time. So definitely let me know in the comment section below what was your favorite combo, and if you thought of something else, let me know. Maybe we can do a part 2 of this kind of videos and feature in what you guys are saying. So that'd be really awesome. If you like this video, definitely let me know. Hit that like button, subscribe, click the notification bell button, and comment so that way I can hear more of your favorite card combinations between the 2 mix. Until next time, y'all, peace.